More trouble for the cruise industry. We're now told the Italian cruise ship, the Costa Allegra, which was left adrift with 1,000 on board in the Indian Ocean, is now being towed toward mainland and will make landfall on Thursday. This is the same line that owns the Costa Concordia, which, of course, capsized off the Italian coast in January, killing 32. Let's talk with our maritime expert about that, Captain Kelly Sweeney from the Puget Sound area. He's a master mariner. Welcome aboard once again, Captain. It's good to talk to you.
Well, thank you, Paul. Great being back with you and all the KEX listeners.
Not as scary this time as what happened off the Italian coast, but bad enough, huh?
Yes, definitely. I mean, when they lost power, see, passenger ships have a high electrical requirement on board because of all the people, and they have generator rooms in the engine area. This basically was a fire that knocked out the generators, so that lost all the power, aside from emergency power, to the bridge and to the control room and the engine room. So the passengers are living essentially without power. And that is, all merchant vessels take training in firefighting, so they were able to put the fire out. But at this point now, they're basically a disabled vessel being towed to port.
That means no drink of the day, I take it.
Definitely not. And this is something, for the listeners, they really need to be aware of. Now, the Costa Allegra was originally a cargo ship, and it was converted to a cruise ship. It was not an original passenger vessel, new build. And because of that, the passengers were not subject to the same safety requirements that a new passenger ship would have been required to have. So all the listeners, if they book a cruise on any vessel anywhere, they need to research with the company, which ship am I going to be going on? And then they need to look that up and find out when that vessel was built, and therefore, what safety requirements it's going to be subject to. This was built and laid the keel in '69. And because of that, it was the oldest ship in the fleet. It was not subject to the same safety requirements that a new ship would be.
And I take it if you can't get that information from the cruise line, you can get it online by doing your own research, correct?
You certainly can do that online, doing your own research. And if they can't get it online, then they should demand to get it from the company. The company should have no problem providing that information. If they do, something's wrong.
Talk about these waters that the ship was adrift in. I mean, we're talking about pirate territory, aren't we?
That's right. This area of the Indian Ocean is not far from where, if they were keep going east off the coast of Africa, they'd be like Kenya and that area, and then Somalia. So this is the Somali pirate area. 200 miles from the Seychelles is the highest piracy area in the world. And it was a sitting duck out there floating without power with 1,000 passengers and crew on board. And they're, like I said, they're just very lucky they had 9 armed guards on that ship. It's probably the only thing that's saving them.
Now it's being towed by tugs to a mainland port. So other than the lack of power problem, they should be okay? Is that a fair conclusion?
Yes, I would say that as long as the weather doesn't make up, and this time of year it shouldn't be too bad, everything should be fine, provided that the towing cable doesn't break and provided the weather doesn't make up and a storm blows through.
And still, I mean, for the industry, it's got to have some impact, that one incident after another like this.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Mariners like myself, professionals, we look at companies' safety record very closely. And right now, we have the Costa Concordia that ran aground, and then we find out that later the company's encouraging all their cruise ships to go close for these salutes at different places. And then we have the Costa Allegra that breaks down in the Indian Ocean. There begins to be a pattern, and those of us who are professionals look at those patterns, because bad companies that don't perform their maintenance or keep up their equipment like they should are doing a disservice to their mariners and to their passengers.
Captain Kelly Sweeney, thank you very much. We'll talk again.
As always, a pleasure, Paul. Smooth sailing till we talk again.